Hello YouTubers, do it your damn self Dan here with another DIY video. In today's video, I will be rebuilding the starter motor out of my 95 SeaDoo XP800. The starter motor in my SeaDoo has been getting weak over the years, and rebuilding it is an inexpensive way to add new life. If you're somewhat handy, rebuilding the starter motor probably won't be too difficult to you, and it can be done in under an hour. Since my wife is out shopping and it's too damn cold outside to work in the garage, I can't think of a better way to utilize a kitchen other than to rebuild this starter. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I do is mark the location of the starter motor housing and end cap cover. This is crucial in making sure the positive cable post gets put back in alignment on reassembly. Next, use a 8mm socket and ratchet to remove the support bracket from the starter motor. Once the support bracket is removed, use a 8mm deep well socket to remove the two long bolts that hold the starter motor housing together. Once the bolts are loose, they should slide out like this. With the bolts out, I can now remove the housing covers. There's quite a bit of magnetic force at work here, so be careful when removing the housing covers, as you do not want to damage the commutator. Whoa, look at those brushes, they are very worn. Next, I remove the brush that is connected to the positive cable post. Once you have the nut removed, the post should slide out. Make sure to take notes on how all of this came apart for when it comes time to reassemble. Remove the magnetic housing. As you can see, my magnetic housing is pretty filthy, which isn't surprising since it has given me 22 years of faithful service. Since the parts I removed are so filthy, it's time to clean them. I poured a mild degreaser into this wash bucket to let my parts soak in. After soaking the parts for a few minutes, an old toothbrush comes in handy to scrub the grime away. Nice! Look at those beautiful clean parts. Before we can assemble the starter motor with the new parts, I'm going to clean the commutator with 2000 grit sandpaper. My commutator was almost black, so cleaning it with this 2000 grit sandpaper should bring it back to a nice copper color again. When sanding the commutator, make sure not to spend too much time in one spot. I recommend researching on how to clean a commutator on YouTube to familiarize yourself with this process. Ooh, that's pretty. Look how clean that looks. We are now ready to start reassembly. Since I'm only replacing the brushes and seals, I will not need the rest of the parts in this kit. However, if your starter motor is locked up or feels gritty when turning the shaft, the bearing is probably toast and will need replacing. Next, install the positive cable post. Refer to the notes you took to make sure all the seals and isolator pads are in their correct location. Next, I install the new starter motor seals. Install the starter motor housing and align it with the marks you made earlier. Okay, I'm not going to lie, getting the new brushes installed along with the end cap is a total pain in the butt and was the hardest part of this whole rebuild. The technique that worked best for me was to install the metal brush assembly on the commutator first, while leaving the end cap close by. There is just enough slack from the brush on the end cap to allow space to sneak a screwdriver in and pry the brushes back to slide them onto the commutator. There is no doubt in my mind that you will curse during this process and think of very bad things to do to the engineer that designed this disaster. So please be patient with it and try to refrain from throwing it across the room. Sweet! Once you have the brushes installed, it's all downhill from here. Install the two long screws with their new seals and tighten them down. We are almost done. All that is left to do is reinstall the support bracket and you are done. If you'd like to see more DIY videos on SeaDoos, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I treat the number of likes as votes for which topics I should do more of. If you need any help with rebuilding your starter, leave a question in the comments section and I'll do my best to answer it. Good luck.